In 11 days, Avengers Endgame is going to make $2 billion worldwide. 11 damn days it's going to take to topple 2 billion, which means it's got its sights set on one film. And according to Variety, Avengers Endgame races towards Avatar's all-time box office record. In fact, if you go over to Twitter right now, you just go over to Twitter, you can take a look at this right here. Oh, James Cameron is the #1 trending thing on Twitter. Reason why is not because anyone out there is saying that James Cameron is a spectacular guy or a great filmmaker or a world-class vegan or whatever the hell it is. No, they're out there saying that it's time for it to be destroyed. They want it to be toppled by Endgame, a movie that a lot of people out there view as being a better overall film. And you know what? They're right. They're right. They're right. Endgame is 100% a better movie than Avatar. And if you take a look here at the box office mojo for Avengers Endgame, you can see that it's got, as of today, $619 million that it's grossed so far domestically, with $2.188 billion worldwide in the first couple days. Avatar here had a domestic total gross over 9 months of $749 million, right? With a total worldwide gross of $2.787 billion. That is a lot of damn money. But here, let's take a quick second to kind of, well, let's kind of move past all the fluff and everything else and really kind of break it down to brass tacks. Endgame, a movie deserving of the money that it's made, and in no way am I ever going to talk shit about that film, took 22 years or 22 films over the span of 11 years to get to that amount of money. 22 films full of characters that we know, that we love, that we've watched grow and succeed and fall and fail and rise themselves back up again to come and fight the ultimate threat in the Infinity Saga. This movie was always going to earn the amount that it did. There's no way. It's a good movie tied in with an even better film that preceded it. And sorry, the way I currently view it kind of is, Infinity War and Endgame are just two parts of the same film, like Kill Bill. That's how I view it. But when it comes to Avatar, when it comes to Pandora, when it comes to Jake and Neytiri, when it comes to the Unobtainium, when it comes to Stephen Lang and that badass mech suit at the end, when it comes to Michelle Rodriguez dying in a helicopter crash and all the other stuff involving that movie, that's one film. Sure, it's a decade old. Sure, it took 9 months to get there instead of 9 days. But it was one movie from the mind of the man who brought us Terminator, Terminator 2, The Abyss, True Lies, Titanic, Piranha 2, Aliens. Yeah, he wrote Piranha 2. And I think he also wrote Rambo, First Blood Part 2. So, right? So there's that. So James Cameron, one man, one mind, one movie, $2.7 billion 10 years ago. Endgame, $2.1 billion after 22 films. And about, with the movies that came out, two films opened a year and a half before Avatar did, right? And neither one of those movies, Iron Man or Incredible Hulk, came close to matching it in regards to its worldwide combined. You know what I mean? So talking about Avatar from the perspective of how people are talking about Avatar saddens me. It really does, because you guys know me. I love movies. I love a lot of different movies, and I love them for different reasons. As much as I love Endgame, as much as Endgame melted my brain because of how it was put together and how it just was all of these emotions that I felt. Going into Avatar, the emotion that I had, the emotion that I still have all these years later, is one of complete adoration and glee. Avatar is not a particularly well-written movie. The story plots are kind of pulled from Ferngully, Dances with Wolves, and Pocahontas, all with kind of a climate change or ecology message. And that is what it is. But we see lots of movies with political messages, and that's really kind of where things are at. But at the same damn time, the experience of Avatar is something that can never be replicated. It can never be replicated. The experience in 2009 of going into an IMAX 3D screen and watching this unfold before you in something you'd never seen. It's something you'd never experienced at that time. All the 3D leading up to Avatar was shit. It really was. And a lot of the 3D preceding Avatar was also shit. 3D is meant to be like garnish on a good meal, like parsley is the garnish. It's meant to accent the meal, not be the whole damn meal. But because of the success of Avatar, and I'm talking 78% of all 3D ticket sales in 2010 were this movie. It kicked off a 3D gold rush in Hollywood. And it wasn't even a good gold rush. It was like pyrite for the most part. But people all tried to do it. Warner Brothers started turning everything into a 3D fest, but most of the time doing post-production 3D, like Clash of the Titans I saw in 3D on opening day in 2010. That post-convert was terrible. It was terrible. But they still did it because this is what they felt everyone wanted to see because of the success of Avatar. Avatar changed the game. Changed the game in regards to its filmmaking prowess. The Marvel Cinematic Universe changed the game for how to tell 22 interconnected stories over the span of 11 years, featuring innumerable amounts of characters, excellent moments, and great teases for what's to come. The two are separate for the vast majority of everything. Both have their ups, both have their downs. And it sucks that we have to be in this particular point where we're looking at a movie like Avatar and rooting for it to fail. A movie that opened like a decade ago almost, and you want it to fail. I don't like that. I don't like that. These both can succeed. And there's a certain rule of thumb in Hollywood, by the way, which is don't bet against James Cameron. And that will be tested next year. That will be tested Christmas 2020. When we see Avatar 2, however that may turn out, I have no idea. But given everything that James Cameron does that puts things on the forefront of the technology spectrum, I think we're going to be wowed. Because as wowing as Endgame was, it was a culmination of 22 stories, 22 films, multiple characters, and an emotionally satisfying finale. We haven't had that with Avatar. Are we going to get it? I don't know. I do not know, but I will say this. It's been over 25 years since Terminator 2 hit. And people are still excited to see Sarah Connor come back later on this year in Terminator Dark Fate. Because people who saw Terminator in the mid-1980s, was it 84? And then saw Terminator 2 in 1992, still have a strong connection to the characters presented in that film. Both Terminator and Sarah Connor, Schwarzenegger and Hamilton, they still love those characters. And there's lots of people out there that would love to see a True Lies sequel because they love those characters. Cameron can deliver. We've seen it. So even though Kevin Feige was able to deliver more at a quicker rate, it doesn't dilute what Cameron has done. And that's why I can't get behind this particular trend. I just can't do it. Because no matter how I may look at Avatar as a story and how simplistic that story is, I'll never forget the first time I traveled to Pandora. And it wasn't December 17th, 2009. For me, it was actually July 2009. I was in Comic-Con Hall H in a room of 6,500 people just coming off of the Twilight New Moon panel, where that was a goddamn nightmare. But 20th Century Fox had James Cameron there, presented us with 22 minutes of Avatar in 3D. And that was all we could talk about, was how awesome that looked. Back when 3D was shit. This was a new thing. Next year, I think we're also going to see something new. Will it gross to 2.7 billion? I don't know. But whatever it is, we'll be talking about it for a decade to come. Just like we're going to be talking about Endgame for a decade to come. These movies can live in the same space and still be appreciated. Not for the same thing, but still be appreciated. I appreciate Avatar. I appreciate the hell out of Endgame and what it accomplished. They're both marvels for what they've done. And it kind of sucks to see people just kind of want to dunk on it because they don't like Cameron or they don't like Avatar. It's one of the problems with nerd culture today is it's either all in or all out. 10 years ago, everyone was all in for Avatar. And next year, it could happen again. Anyway, your thoughts, your opinions, let me know down in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day and peace out. Hey, thank you very much for making it to this point in the video. I really appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, you can always toss a like, or if you want to go a step further, why not check out patreon.com/MattJarbo, where you can support the channel directly. For just a few dollars a month, you get access to our private Discord and our private Facebook group where we talk about movies 24/7, as well as a lot of new stuff coming throughout 2019. Thank you guys again very much. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.